It's me, Eddie, and I am back with another episode of Steins Gate. Okay. So, it has been a whole last week since I've last played this. So, do pardon me if I've forgotten a few things here and there. Infinitely chained apoptosis. Oh, here we go. I should probably move myself aside. Huh. Okay, so we already read that last time. I don't know why that didn't save. Teresa's eyes when she sees me. Well, I was kind of busy, alright? Exactly what I intended to say. Right, yeah, busy. Kurisu glances at Moeka. I will move myself over here for the time being.
もしかして心配していたのか?
私じゃないわよ。私は別にあんたがどこで何をしてようと知ったことじゃないけど。
She's so adorable.
ただ、マユリはすごく心配してた。見てて痛々しいぐらいにね。
You and me both, Kurisu. You and me both.
せめてあの子にだけは連絡してあげなさいよ。
I thought Orion was a constellation. Now that she mentions it, it feels like I haven't talked to Mayuri in forever.
すべてはマユリを救うため。敵の正体がもうすぐ分かりそうなんだよ。
というか、敵って。
Kurisu glances at Mocha again. Mocha's completely expressionless. She's likely kicking the dirt in boredom. She hasn't used her phone once since we began the search for FB.
彼女は敵じゃないの?
We converted her.
敵だが真実を求めるため協調体制をとっている。
She is an enemy, but we're cooperating in order to uncover the truth.
マユリを殺す人なんでしょ?
Well, not in this timeline.
そうだ。
However, Mocha's just a pawn and one that no longer poses a threat. You should probably mention that to Kurisu. To save my area, I need to capture the king. Well, the king's cell phone.
まあいい。それでこれからどこか行くんでしょ?
Wow, brushing over that really quickly. Brushing over that really quickly, aren't we?
正気か助手よ。
正気だけど助手じゃないから。
Aww.
危険かもしれないぞ。
Kurisu falters for a moment, but quickly tightens her expression.
今日の私は死ぬことになってる?
I don't think so. I've experienced the future, so I know who dies today.
いや、お前は死なない。
だったら問題なし。世界から死なないことを保証されたようなものだから。
Yeah. Right, Kurisu doesn't die today, neither does Mayuri. The only person who dies today is the person standing right next to me, Kiryu Moeka. This afternoon, she kills herself. I've already told Mocha her fate, but in spite of that, Mocha doesn't seem upset. At least on the surface. She's expressionless as always. The only difference is that she's not checking her phone as often. But Mocha's not a strong woman. Beneath that expressionless mask, she is struggling against the fear of death. I decide to confront Tennoji directly. I have Kurisu stand guard outside the house, while Mocha and I go inside. Not that we're planning to break in. We ring the doorbell like honest citizens. Tennoji soon opens the door and invites us into the living room. The divergence meter is sitting in its usual spot. I glance at the numbers. 52%. 0.52%. Yeah, the other numbers. Cool. Still a long way to go before I reach 1%. How much more of this can I take?
よく来てくれたな。
It's just after dawn, much too early for guests, but Tennoji welcomes us with a smile. You're actually calling him Tennoji now instead of Mr. Braun. He even starts preparing some instant coffee. I think that's so interesting. It's like...
ずいぶん早起きなんですね、ミスター・ブラウン。
You're calling him that in, okay.
まあな。苗の学校の時間に合わせてるから、基本的に早起きなんだよ。
Aww.
今夏休み中だが、もう習慣になっちまってる。
お嬢さんはまだ寝ているんですか？
うるせえ！前のこと聞き出してどうするつもりだ？寝込みを襲うとしたらマジで殺す！
Hey, what? No!
しませんよ。
I'm more interested in his wife. There's still no sign of her. Is she asleep too, or could she be hiding somewhere? I'd like to do a thorough search of the house, but of course that's impossible. And then there's what he just said about seeing Nai off to school. It sounds like something a single father would say. I suspect that FB was Tennoji's wife, but that may have been a mistake. Why are my eyes closed? Maybe Tennoji's just another courier after all. Maybe he doesn't even know FB. There's a possibility that FB might not even be in Akiba. I need answers. But how do I get them? Mocha's just staring at the floor. I can't count on her for any bright ideas. Oh la la, where am I located? Right on her booba, how nice. Whether or not Tennoji's wife is FB, I don't think this man will fall for any tricks. I decide to go for the direct approach.
数時間前、この家の前に6人の男が集まり、とあるものを持ってフランスに渡った。そのことについて当然ご存知ですね。
Oh damn, really direct. This time Tennoji doesn't give me his usual macho attitude. He just smiles softly.
それが
IBN5100。あなたは知っているはずだ。
幻のレトロ PC だろう。
This is too easy. He's never been this cooperative.
あなたは何者だ？運び屋か、それともラウンダーか。
Instead of answering my question, Tennoji looks straight at Moeka.
おめえは裏切ったのか ?M4。
Oh shit! Mocha jerks upright. M4's Mocha's codename, something only FB should know.
もしかして FB
Whoa, okay. Tennoji last once a dry sound.
フェルディナント・ブラウンって知ってるか
It's striking a bell somewhere. Mocha and I look at each other, confused by the sudden change of topic. I'll be over here. So I don't look weird.
おいおい、ブラウン管を発明したノーベル物理学賞の偉人だぞ。
Tennoji's a thing for Braun tubes, I know that. But what does that have to do with anything?
フェルディナント・ブラウン。頭
Oh! Oh! Okay, no, okay.
FB
Whoa!
いうことだ。
Henoji casually produces a handgun. The motion is so smooth and natural, I don't even recognize it as a gun at first. Its heavy form gives off a chilling black luster. Whoa! The muzzle is pointed at Mocha. Mocha and I are unarmed. We didn't plan for this. How could we? We thought Effie was Tenoji's wife, not the man himself.
一つ聞かせてください。あなたの奥さんは
苗を産んだ時に死んだ。それが。
I curse silently. No wonder I've never seen her. She's been dead for years. Tenoji is FB.
そんな嫌よ。
俺への依存の次は現実逃避か？
Keeping his gun trained on Mocha, the man I knew as Mr. Braun laughed scornfully. We're at an overwhelming disadvantage. I was a fool to believe the direct approach would work. You have a time machine, right? Now my recklessness is going to get both of us killed. No, not the both of us. I don't die here. I'm here because I time leave on the 16th. That fact has been decided by the world itself. So if the attractor field model is right, I can't possibly die now on the morning of the 15th. My survival is guaranteed by the same force that keeps killing Mayuri. However, Mocha has no such protection. If anything, she's guaranteed to die. She dies today, doesn't matter how. She could easily die right now, right before my eyes. What am I going to do about it? Nothing. It doesn't matter. Oh. That's the reason I'm here. In any case, I mustn't let his handgun scare me. So turning back now, I can just stay on the offensive.
あなたがラウンダーの一員だったとはな。セルンの犬だったとはな。
犬か。間違っちゃいねえな。
Oh shit, what a... I didn't remember this! Also, this art is really funky, by the way. He looks like he's heading... The way his head is shaped... Oh my god, well, he also has no... What is that? Neck? It looks like his face is looking straight at us. But the way his head is shaped sort of makes it seem like he's supposed to be looking in this direction, right? What is this perspective? I like the art. I really like the art in this series. I do, but this is just silly. Henoji's like a different person today. He's composed. He doesn't get angry even when I provoke him. You wouldn't expect a man with a gun to be so calm. Actually, contrary, I think having a gun would make you much more calm. Is he really was the good, gruff but good-natured storekeeper just an act?
撃てば銃声で娘が目を覚ます。
Ooh.
だからなんだ。
娘にそんな汚れ仕事をしている姿を見られたいのか。
俺の娘は見た目で判断するような器の小さい女じゃねえんだよ。
I grind my teeth.
よりによってあなたがラウンダーとは。橋田鈴はあなたにそんなことをさせるために世話をしてやったんじゃない。
Tenoji's smile stiffens for a second. But then he slaps his knee and laughs.
なんだよおめえ。すずさんのこと知ってんのか。だったらもっと早く言ってくれよ。
Tenoji and I haven't spoken about Suzuha on this world line.
だがな。ずいぶん分かったようなこと言うじゃねえか。すずさんは10年も前に死んだんだ。その当時、岡部は8歳かそこらだろ。
Is this where we spill the beans?
なのにすずさんのことが分かるってのか。
わかるさ。
I glare at Tenoji. The anger and frustration are overwhelming.
俺の主観時間では彼女はほんの数週間前までこの時代にいた。
未来を変えるのは君たちにかかる。 私は荷物をこの秋葉原に絶対持ってくるから。そして君たちに責任を持って託すから。
Susan! No.
未来を変えてほしい。
Suzuha. Oh. I still remember her words vividly. It kind of feels like it's been forever since she spoke them. In objective days, it was just a few days
あ
ago.
なたのすぐ近くにいたんだよ彼女は橋田鈴いや天音鈴葉はセルンと戦うために
The
こ
beans
の
are
時代にやって
spilled.
きたタイムトラベラーだ
日本
気づかなかったのか FB あなたの恩人は2036年からやってきたんだよ
Oh!
我がラボの一員
Oh!
ダルの娘だ
Oh! Let's go!
鈴葉はセルンを恨んでいたなのにその鈴葉に世話になったあなたはセルンの犬かこれでは鈴葉が浮かばれないぞ
Oh!
でたらめ言ってんじゃねえよ
Tanoji thrusts his gun at me. I barely managed to keep from flinching.
どうしてこんなことになった
うるせえないろいろあるんだよ
It's complicated. Well, yeah, obviously. Complicated. Is that supposed to be an excuse?
本当に FB
Mocha looks completely lost. Tenoji sighs and lowers his gun.
ああそうだ
メールは
全部俺が書いたなぜ女言葉かってカムフラージュだよ正体を隠すためのな
I don't know. So, I'm suddenly, you know what? Never mind. That's a cursed thought.
ネットでもネカマなんて腐るほどいるか
Oh, that is so real.
マジな話大変だったんだぜ M4 メール送りすぎだタコおめえのくだらねえ相談に全レスしてやったんだ
おー
感謝しろ
そんな FB は私のお母さんみたいな存在で私は FB のためなら何だって
そう仕向けたんだよおめえみたいなメンヘルは
Yeah.
簡単に依存してくれるから操りやすい
もうやめろ
I approach Tenoji, but freeze once he points the gun at me.
なぜ連絡くれなかったの
連絡ああ IBN5100 を手に入れた時点でおめえはもう用済みだからだ
用済み
That was obvious. I've been telling her this whole time that FB abandoned her. I guess it wasn't real to her until she heard it from FB's own mouth.
ダイレクトメールでメンバーを募集するのは機密性の保持の観点からするとザルだけどなそれがラウンダーのやり方だそして IBN5100 を見つけたメンバーは任務達成となり口封じされる例外なく全員だ
What is he saying?
そうすることでセルンと委員会は機密を保持しつつ安い金で俺たちみてえなはみ出し者を利用してるわけだ
Wait, how do you know all this? If you're an expendable, because he definitely seems way higher up the ranks than Moeka, right? Because Moeka's just like one of the outside, he knows a few internal secrets.
あいつらにしてみればラウンダーは全員駒さ。悲しいことにな。
Without dropping a smile, Tennoji takes his gun.
任務達成はすなわち処分確定。扱いとしては犬っつうより家畜だな。
And presses it against the side of his head.
逆らえば家族が危険にさらされるんだ。大事な娘に手出しさせられねえだろ。
The gun goes from being a block to being so well drawn.
おいよせ。
すずさんには悪いと思ってるよ。
Not in front of your daughter.
ほんとなんでこんなことになったんだろうな。
なんで。
Brains splatter against the wall. Tennoji's massive body drops onto the floor and sprawls out motionless. A dark red stain begins to spread over the tatami mats. He's dead. Tennoji is dead. I vomit on the spot. It's over and I still don't understand what happened. Would he have killed himself even if we hadn't confronted him? Was his death also dictated by the will of the world? No. I think there's a lot more agency than that. Tennoji has completed his mission. Maybe he chose... Yeah, because he doesn't die this day. That's not supposed to happen. Maybe he chose to eliminate rather than to face certain assassins.
バカだ。あなたは。
I bite down hard on my lip. Pound my fist against the floor.
娘を残して。何勝手に死んでるんだよ。
He meant to protect her with a sacrifice, but what is Nai supposed to do now?
しかもなんで笑いながら死ねるんだよ。
All rounders are expendable, he said. Does that mean FB was just another pawn? Obviously. Is that how CERN operates? Yeah. I mean, if that's insanity. It makes sense. This can't be real. Nai, is she still asleep in the next room, blissfully unaware of her father's suicide? How do I explain this to her? Should I run? Again, strictly speaking, my purpose is to obtain FB's phone. Once I send the D-mail and change the world line, all this will be undone. I could run like a coward and no one will know. I'll know. I timidly slide up in the bed to Nai's bedroom. It looks like you'd expect. There's a red backpack hanging next to the desk, and there's a futon laid out onto the floor. But Nai isn't there. The window's open. The lace curtains are waving as if to invite the fresh morning breeze inside.
いない。
Where did she go? Don't tell me CERN kidnapped her. I don't even know she was here when we arrived. None of this makes sense. This isn't the world I know.
携帯を探そう。
I need Tennoji's phone. I'm relieved Nai isn't here. I don't have to tell her about her father's death. Finding Tennoji's phone in his pant pocket. I was ready to kill him for it if I had to. I never thought he would kill himself. I'm looting his dead body like a hyena scavenging for scraps of meat. I feel like I'm going to throw up just again for the sheer disgust with myself. I'll leave as soon as I have the phone, dragging the catatonic mocha with me. We regroup with Kurisu, who is worried sick waiting outside, and hail a taxi.
おい、よせ。
What?
あなたは。
What?
あなたは。
What? Well, not really. I wish you hadn't spent so much time parked near Tennoji's house. Once this body is found, the police might trace the rental car back to us. Maybe we should have reported first, but I'd rather not have to answer any questions. Besides, soon none of this will have happened. Exactly.
そう店長が
What are you doing here? Shouldn't you go to the lab? First we take Mocha back to her apartment, then I explain to Kurisu what happened. Mocha didn't say a word on her way back. Now she's sitting on the floor by the entrance, staring off into space. It might have been quite a shock to hear Tennoji FB's confession. One person she trusted betrayed her. She may never recover. But were Tennoji's actions really a betrayal? I'm not quite convinced. Something felt off back there. Rounders who complete their mission are eliminated, no exceptions. That's what FB said. In that case, why wasn't Mocha killed?
なあ萌えか
Hey, Mocha.
もしかしたら FB はお前を生かそうとしたのかもしれない。あの人はお前を見捨てたんじゃなくて突き放して生かそうとしたのかも。
It may just be wishful thinking. You will never know FB's true intentions. I want to believe that Tennoji did care for her. There is a place for Mocha somewhere. What am I doing? Why am I trying to comfort Mocha? Maybe I'm just soft.
岡部今すぐ D メールを送るべきよ。
Yeah, we do. Kurisu's expression is grave.
今を逃すといろいろ面倒なことに巻き込まれるかもしれないから。
Yeah, why did you come here in the first place? Kurisu had the same thought as me.
あんたの目的はマユリを救うことであってセルンへの復讐じゃないでしょ。私たちが作ったタイムリープマシンのせいで犠牲が出るのは気持ちのいいことじゃない。
ああそうだな。
FB's phone is in my possession. There's no longer any reason to stay on this world line. It's only a matter of time until the police come looking for us. I should send the D-mail immediately so that the world line changes. When I do, the present will be reconstructed. Tennoji will still be alive, Mocha will still be in contact with FB, and at last, the IBN 5100 will return to me. I just need to think about saving Mayuri and all will be well.
ダルはもうラボに来ていると思うか。
電話してみる。
I send the same message as I tried to send earlier from Mocha's phone, only this time it will be from FB's phone. When Mocha sees it, she'll believe it to be an order from FB. Knowing her dependence on FB, she'll obey without question. The thought of taking advantage of Mocha's vulnerabilities like this makes me feel nauseous again. How am I any different from FB?
あと5分くらいでラボに着くって。
Why did you head here in the first place? So we just wait until then.
ねえ、さっき店長の家でのことだけど。
After closing her phone, Kurisu glances at Mocha and lowers her voice.
私外で見張ってて銃声が聞こえてその直後ぐらいにあの子の姿見た。
あの子
Who? I ask even though I already know the answer. Oh, shit. Oh. There's only one person it could be. The Nai, the chipmunk.
ナエちゃん家の裏口から走り去っていった。呼び止めようとしたら目があったわ。
Kurisu bites her lip as if fighting an unpleasant memory. It happened right after she heard the gunshot. If that's true, Nai saw her father die. She saw her father die and ran away. There's a knock on the door. Someone's here. Who? Mocha, who had been squatting by the entrance. Hello, new senses. Wow, kind of random. Basque was no, Basque is not Celtic. It's pre-Indo-European. And hello, by the way. Yes, I'm playing more Steins. Mocha, who had been squatting by the entrance. But yeah, no, Basques are not Celts. They're not. Mocha, who had been squatting by the entrance, slowly lifts her head. I have a very bad feeling about this. The timing's too perfect. Today, Kiryu Mocha dies. The world line has already approved that fate. It's come for her already. Mocha reaches for the doorknob.
Yose! Akeru!
I try to stop her. It's too late. Mocha's already turned the doorknob. The door opens slowly. And there it stands.
Konnichiwa.
Oh, what? An innocent greeting. That's not right. A child's voice, familiar. How did she find this place? How did she get here? Why did she come here? She ran away. Our eyes met. Right after I heard the gunshot. Nai steps up to Mocha. Mocha's body blocks my view. The next instant, Mocha drops to her knees like a puppet whose strings were cut. An innocent laugh. Hands dyed with blood. Yandere laugh. Cleaver in her hand.
嘘でしょ。嘘じゃない。
Naika's lips twist into a victorious sneer. She looks straight at me, her eyes burning with intense hatred. Those aren't just the eyes of a child. What's going on here? Is this really Nai?
私は許さない。
The venom in her voice chills me to the bone.
父さんを死に追いやったお前たちを絶対に許さないから。私がこの手で殺してやるまで許さないから。
Kreese and I stare in shocked silence. Neither of us can move a muscle.
岡部倫太郎。
A severed chill runs through my body as if cold fingers just caress my spine.
お前は15年後に殺す。それまで怯えて待ってなさい。
Are you a tie? Nai tosses the knife away and leaves, laughing all the while. You hear the sound of her footsteps pattering down the stairs. Soon they fade away, leaving us in silence. That was quick. She said in 15 years. My entire body is shaking. It's 2025, which is the last year for us, fun fact. Ah, that is so fucking weird. We are past the date where, in the bad timeline, Okabe dies. That is... That is weird.
いや、それよりも、萌香が。
Mocha's clothes are soaked in blood. There's a gaping wound in her abdomen where Nai stabbed her.
落ち着け。
Kreese yells at me to come to my senses, and then she takes out her phone.
キリュウさんの容体を見て、私は救急車を。待って。それより先に D メールを送ってしまった方がいいのかもしれない。
Nice Genghis Khan in the making. I don't know what that means, but yeah, that sounds about right. Even now, Kreese is calm. I feel an irrational surge of anger at her composure, but I know she's right. Once I send the D-mail, the world line will be undone. I know that, but I still run to Mocha's side. When I lift up her in my arms, I can see her chest is already covered in blood.
Mocha!
She's my enemy.
しっかりしろ！おい！
She killed Mayuri.
聞こえるか萌えか
I can't understand her. I can't forgive her. And yet I can't help but call her name. Because in a way, she's just another victim too. Mocha slowly opens her eyes. God, that is the eyes of a corpse. Her eyes are blank and unfocused. She's fading fast. She tries to speak, but her voice catches in her throat. I bring my ear close to her lips.
私あなたの大切な人殺したから
Yes, you did countless times. Not on this world line, but on the others.
罰よ
This is the outcome that the world wished for.
ごめんなさいごめんなさい
I silently squeeze Mocha's hand. Mocha doesn't squeeze back, she no longer has the strength.
私にとっては FB しかいなくて私にとっての居場所守るためなら殺す恨まれて当然ごめんなさい
許すよ
Damn. I don't know if I could, realistically speaking. I mean, the words come to my lips unbidden. But as soon as I speak them, I understand why. Mocha does not kill Mayuri on this world line. Even if she could, it would not happen until tomorrow. This Mocha, the one dying in my arms, is innocent. And yet, even now she says, I'm sorry. How can I not answer her?
許す
Oh. Perhaps the words are meaningless. Forgiving Mocha will not cure Nai's hate, neither will Mocha's death. I don't even know if I truly mean what I'm saying. I remember what Kurisu said. My goal is to save Mayuri, not avenge her. So that's why I'm here in this moment.
お前を許す
She's still alive. The anguish seems to fade from Mocha's face. Her eyes slowly close. A tear slides down Mocha's cheek. That is a very random question. He's just seen as like one of the villains in history, I guess, for us. I guess it's less animosity and... I don't know, it's like... I don't know what country you're from, so I guess I can't really... That is... Yeah, that is very random. I mean, the Indian War is one of the most recent, like, really glorious wars we've had in history, so it's like... The last big glorious war. I guess there was the Independence War, but that wasn't really big. I question how much glory there was in the Korean War. But yeah, no, that was like the last, like, big, major war in history where, like, you know, we can kind of, like, glamorize. So, no, he's seen as one of the villains. He's seen as, like, a major villain, I guess. It's complicated. See, I'd like to come out with an American example, but I realize America doesn't really have enemies like that. And European examples, Europe has, like, a surprisingly short-term memory. I'm a little confused on how that works, but alright. Her hand slip, that's a peculiar... I mean, I don't know. Did you know that the existence of Franz Ferdinand getting shot in Sarajevo directly led to the creation of hentai? Her hand slipped from my grasp. She's no longer breathing. Biting my lip, I lay Mocha. Ah, I see. See, I really don't want to say it's like... I really don't want to say World War II degrees of hatred. That's more Japan during World War II. As a matter of fact, there's a one-to-one connection there. I'd say, like... see, I know my Russian history, but I only know, like, the facts. I don't know how Russians, like, feel about it, so I can't really say. I don't know, like, what a good comparison is. Biting my lip, I lay Mocha to rest on the floor. I place her purple phone in her hands.
Okabe,
Teresa calls to me in a weak voice.
D メールを送るべきだと思う。
Yeah, you should!
もう準備はできてる。
Mocha and FP are gone, but Mayuri's fate remains unchanged. The universe still desires her death.
なあ、クリスティーナ。D メールを送って、ダイバージェンスが変わったら、萌香はそこで生きていると思うか、それとも死んだままだと思うか。
I guess Napoleon's a good comparison, actually, now that you say it. Because I know that in France he's a hero, in somewhere like Britain he's just ancient history. But Russians kind of have, like, you guys are Europeans, but, like, there's that sort of, like, East Asian-ness, like, sort of long-term memory you guys have. So, yeah, I guess Napoleon's probably a good comparison. Because I do recall, Russia suffered quite a bit from Napoleon's actions. Ah, okay. Well, in that case, I don't know, man, but... Back to the game.
あんたが言っていたアトラクタフィールド理論で考えるなら、
Well, we don't know, that's the thing.
ダイバージェンスが 1% 以上なら生きている確率は高くなる。ごめん、こんな思いやりもクソもない言い方しかできなくて。
I mean... Possibly. She won't be locked into death, that's all we know.
いや、いいんだ。
I stand up. Mocha's blood clings to my hands. It won't come off even when I wipe it with a tissue. Stop trying and take out FB's phone. I nod to Kurisu. She calls to Jaro and tells him to activate the phone wave. Name subject to change. I take one last look at Mocha's body lying there. At the beginning of all this, Mocha killed Mayuri. Now Mocha lies dead while Mayuri still lives. All because I changed the past. Mocha, if you're going to apologize for Sinyu, then commit that I must apologize as well. I am responsible for twisting your fate. And for twisting the fate of Tennoji Nae. Well, here's the thing. I feel like Mocha would have died even after she kills Mayuri. I ruined that innocent girl's life. I know I could take out the phone right now. I just want to see what all this text says. What happens if I don't send a D-mail? Maybe I feel like I'm forced into it in this one. I've ruined that innocent girl's life, made her something other than what she was meant to be. Is it okay to just leave her like this? Of course, if I send the D-mail now, this world line will be undone. Nice fate will be corrected. There's no point in worrying about it. I should just think about Marie. I shouldn't burden myself with any more problems. Is this really okay? Yeah! Of course it is. Send the D-mail. That's all I need to do. Why don't my fingers move? I already know what I need to do. Okay, we're locked into this route, and yet...
岡部、
さっきのあの子、様子が変じゃなかったか。
あの子ってナエちゃんのこと？
Are we already diverging onto a strange-ass route? I nod.
まるで 別人みたいだった。
15年後に殺すってどういう意味なんだ。
It bothers me. Does she know something? What was she implying?
岡部、気にすることない。 D メールを今すぐ送って。それで何もかも解決よ。
I mean, you literally have the power of basically God. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Send the D-mail right now. That'll solve everything. Oh boy, there's so much I could take about Korean history. Not so much about Korean history, because I feel like... Not so much about Korean history, but I feel like the way Korean history is portrayed, because there's some stuff that like kind of annoys me about like the way it's portrayed in media. It's like... Am I repeating myself? Did I already mention this? It's like... It's how we only ever talk about Joseon or like late Goryeo. And even when we do portray it, they're always portrayed as like 19th century Joseon. Like, did you know, like, early Joseon looked very different from like the stereotypical image we have. It's just like all Korean history just seems to be obsessed with that singular period. It's like there's so much more out there. There's so much other stuff, but nobody ever... Anyway, send the email right now. That'll solve everything. Put FB's phone in my pocket.
見なかったことにはできない。
Nice crime is partly my responsibility. All you need to know is what she meant when she promised to kill me 15 years from now.
タイムリープする。ラボに戻ろう。
Whoa! Kurisu sighs, but I pretend not to hear it.
というか、敵って。
See, I don't know. If this, like, leads back onto the same route as anyways, then I'm glad I took this, but if not... Kurisu glances at Moko, then whispers into my ear.
彼女は敵じゃないの？
今は朝の7時前だな。
The Korean Three Kingdoms period is probably the most interesting period in Korean history. I'm just gonna say. Gojoseon is also an interesting period. I don't know why we never talk about it. Honestly, I feel like the Goryeo dynasty is interesting as well. Like, early Goryeo. No, the Three Kingdoms period of Korea is definitely the most interesting period, I would dare say. Like, that's like... That is like the big doozy of Korean history. If you want to have fun, I really suggest going into that era, because it's just a bunch of, you know, the era when people are just, you know, it's just constant warfare, and the culture is so unique and different too. It's like it's a lot more militaristic. It's a lot more. There's a lot more action. I don't want to like criticize Korea too much. Like, part of the reason why Joseon's so frequently portrayed is because Joseon has like the best archives. Like, I think one of the interesting parts about Joseon is that they were like crazy detailed about archiving everything. Like, if you're familiar with that meme about Korean history where like a king fell off his horse, told his chronicler not to chronicle that, and the reason we know that is because the chronicler told him, the king fell off his horse, then told me not to write about it in the chronicles. It's just, you know. But still, it's like the Three Kingdoms era is the most interesting. It's like, that's like the most interesting period. I don't know why we don't talk about that as much. It's very iconic too. It's like Goguryeo, Baekje, Shilai, like those are the Three Kingdoms. You know, and Koreans talk about it all the time. But where are the movies? Where are the dramas? Where are like the reenactments? Where's all that? Why don't we ever see that? Anyways.
は？そうだけど、何よ、いきなり。
Haven't you picked up? After time leap about 4 hours back, I find myself in front of the station. This is right after I Mocha and I met up with Kurisu after returning from Narita Airport. After comes Tennoji residence, Mocha standing a few meters away kicking the dirt in boredom. Mocha's dead just a few minutes ago, but now she's perfectly fine. Feel no surprise, I feel like I've grown accustomed to this particular facet of time travel. After all, I've seen Mayuri come back to life countless times already. There's only one other thing experience has taught me. Today, Mocha and Tennoji will die and there's nothing we can... Well, not Tennoji! You know, it's cruel, but I didn't come back here to save them. I don't have the means to, and it isn't my problem. The problem is Nai. Uh-huh. I just love Kurisu's face. It's like, that, like, really pissed-looking face. Look at that. She just looks so annoyed. This time I wait outside with Kurisu. Mocha enters alone, expressionless as ever. While I wait outside, I tell Kurisu what's about to happen. I also tell her to wait a little after she hears the gunshot, then go inside and take Tennoji's phone. Feels like an eternity passes in silence, and then... Kurisu gasps. Her body goes stiff.
本当に銃声が
I immediately look around. Just as Kurisu told me, I see a girl come out the window. She walks away quickly, but at the same time taking care not to make a sound. That's not how a child witnesses after her father's death.
待て
Nai looks over her shoulder. She spears me with eyes full of hatred. That alone is enough to make me shiver. It's pitiful, but a tiny little girl is making me nervous. Something is very wrong here. This Nai is like a completely different person. I want to know her true identity. That's why time leaped instead of sending the D-mail. Nai's still running, ignoring my calls to stop. I run after her. Out of shape, though I'm still more than a match for a 12-year-old girl. The distance between us quickly shortens. Nai keeps running, occasionally looking back at me and grinding her teeth in a very unchildlike manner. Normally a child being chased by a man will try and scream things like, "Stay away!" or "Help!" But this girl says nothing. The only sound is her heavy breathing.
止まれ
I call out to her once more when she's nearly in arm's reach. Unexpectedly, Nai slows down and eventually stops to catch her breath. Looks like she's realized she can't get away. From the sound of her breathing, she must be at her limit. We're alone. Kurisu and Mocha must be still at the house, and the streets are empty thanks to the Open holidays. Perfect. I was afraid someone might report me as a child. I'm not made of that. Now I can get what I need to know out of this strange little girl who looks like Nai. I call out to her as I catch my breath.
お前は本当に天王寺苗か
Nai glares at me as she catches her breath.
お前はこれから桐生萌香を殺すつもりなんだろう
そうよ
She punctuates her nonchalant reply with a cruel smile. That is not the face of a child.
父親の復讐か
お前と桐生萌香は父さんを殺した。
店長は自殺したんだ自分で頭を打ち抜いたそれに俺たちが行かなくてもあの男は自殺していただろう
How do you know that?
逆恨みだ
そんなの知ったことじゃない。
What?
父さんが死んだ時桐生萌香はその場にいた。でも父さんが死ぬのを止めなかった。だから許さない。
The fuck are you talking about?
お前もだ、岡部倫太郎。あの場にはいなかったけど、お前に関わらなければ父さんは死ななくて済んだ。
Wait, is she blaming me for finding the IBN 5100? How the hell was I supposed to know?
だがお前はすぐには殺さない。殺せないからな。
Tiny little girl, barely half my height, looks at me with a smile that chills my blood.
お前を殺すのは15年後。それまでせいぜい怯え続けるんだ。
I get on my knee and grab Nai by the shoulders. I hold back my terror and meet her stare for stare. And yet this girl doesn't even flinch.
お前は誰なんだ
She isn't Tennoji Nai.
15年後に殺すってどういう意味なんだ
の意味だよ。お前は15年後に私が殺した。
Oh! 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 Killed, why is she using past tense? Nai laughs once, a harsh and mocking sound. Then she leans in closer to me.
わからないのか。今こう言った？お前は誰なんだって。私は天王寺苗だよ。間違いなくな。ただし私は15年先の記憶まで思い出している。
No. Did she?
タイムリープを。
I knew it! Nice suddenly. What the fuck? Where'd she get that? Suddenly whips out a knife, catching me completely off guard. Yo, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Yo! By the way, that looks metal as hell, I just want to say. Nai drives the knife into the elbow of my right arm, which was grabbing her shoulder. Blood sprays onto Nai's face, but she doesn't even blink. Instead, she laughs. Just like how she laughed when she killed Moeka. The intense pain brings me to my knees. That looks fucking metal, I just want to say. I told you, yeah. So wait, if I just time leaped back there, I would not have seen this, correct? For a moment I panicked, but somehow I managed to convince myself that I'm fine. I won't die here, I tell myself. The world line won't accept that. It's just like Nai said herself. It's not that she won't kill me, she can't. She tried, something would surely interfere.
お前を殺した時のこと教えてあげよっか。なんかレジスタンスの創始者とか言ってセルンに歯向かってたみたいだけど。
In the future, you're one of the founders of the resistance against CERN.
私が拉致して監禁してやって考えつく限りのありとあらゆる拷問を加えてやったよ。お前は痛みに泣きわめきクソとしょんべんをまき散らしながら私に命乞いをした。実に醜かったよ、岡部倫太郎。しょうがないから最後に私自身の手で喉をかき切ってやった後、気が済むまでメット刺しにしたのよ。一体何回刺したか私でもわからないぐらいにね。
I'm not reading all that. I'm just gonna place myself here so that you all can read that at your own pace. I'm kidding, you're reading that at my pace because I'm a fast reader.
それが15年後のお前が迎える最後だ。父さんを殺したお前を待っている運命だ。
The voice acting is fucking golden, by the way. Nai grabs my arm and digs her tiny fingers into the Oh! My nerves burst into flame, not just in my arm, ouchie, my own arm hurts too now, but throughout my entire body. The pain forces the air out of my lungs within a blood-curdling scream. I can't shake off Nai's hands. I can't even move a finger against the pain.
セルンはお前の作ったタイムリープマシンを回収して15年もの間一切手をつけずに保管したままだったんだ。私は15年後ラウンダーになった私はお前を殺してからそれを使ってここまで戻ってきた。
Wait. Oh yeah, no, I see. Maybe that happens like... Okay.
一度にたった48時間しか遡れない欠陥品だからずいぶん苦労したけど。
Jesus Christ. Okay, that's actually kind of funny though. Travel 15 years in 48-hour increments would take. Don't even try to calculate that. Do you have time for this? I can't calculate through the pain. Yeah, I thought not.
単純計算で2738回だ。
Did you count?
他にもいろいろあったせいで実際の回数はきっと倍以上だけどな。 自分が何回タイムリープしたかなんてとっくに忘れたよ。
Now I get it. When I came to this world, I went back to the lab after learning of Mocha's suicide. And once I got there, I found evidence someone had used a time leap machine. So that was Nai's final time leap. Wait! Oh, it had been a week for me! I'd completely forgotten! Nai keeps staring into my eyes as her fingers crawl deeper into my wound. I bite my lip in a desperate attempt to bear the pain. My blood won't stop flowing. It collapses into a puddle and stains the dark asphalt dark red.
私はこの復讐のためだけに生きてきた。誰にも邪魔はさせない。絶対に桐生萌香も殺してやる。この手でだ。自殺なんてさせるもんか。そんな生ぬるい死に方で逃がしたりはしない。
たったそれだけのために15年もの歳月を遡ってきたのかよ。
Wait, how old is Nai right now, actually? She's insane. It was Mocha and I who made her that way, who turned an innocent little girl into a creature starved for vengeance. You stole 15 years of her life. 15 years, I can't... Well, I assume CERN took her and, like, manipulated her, right?
たったそれだけだと。
Nice sly fingers pry deeper into my wound. So deep I could feel her fingers against my butt. Jesus Christ! Okay!
お前たちにとってはたったそれだけかもしれないが、私にとってはお前と桐生萌香を殺すことだけが全てなんだよ。
それで萌香を殺してその後はどうするつもりだ。
その後
遡っていた15年をもう一度やり直すのか。
そんなものに何の価値がある。価値なんてないんだ。
She does not cry, she does not sneer. Her voice is flat and emotionless as she speaks those words. There's nothing more I could say to this 12-year-old girl I destroyed. At last, Nai lets go of my arm. She looks at disgust in her hands, now covered in my blood.
お前は今何もしなくていい。ただ怯え後悔し続けろ、岡部倫太郎。15年後に私が迎えに行く時まで。
Powerless to stop her from running away. I don't think you need to. Dry laughter leaks out of my mouth. That girl's disconnected from causality, just like I am. I asked her what she would do after killing Mocha. She didn't answer. The first time she lived those 15 years, all she had was revenge. And after living thousands of times, she enacted that revenge. How will she live those 15 years the second time around? Will she kill me again? Will her revenge be complete then? Or will it continue forever until she forgets why? The thought squeezes my heart like a vice. Does time travel bring nothing but pain? We built a time machine out of curiosity. We were fools. Not for meddling, CERN would not have targeted us. Mayuri would not have died. Suzuha would not have traveled to the past. Ferris would not have lost her father twice. Ugh. Well, that water. Hukaka would not have to have her forsake her feelings for me. And Mocha would not have killed Mayuri. Carissa runs up to me. She turns pale at the sight of my bleeding arm.
あんた、その傷どうしたの？大丈夫？
You're going to sleep tonight, and you're going to be seeing Nai chasing after you. Lovely. She kneels in front of me. Worry is etched on her face.
携帯は
持ってきたけど。
Kurisu hands me FB's phone. I take it and start typing out the mail with my left hand.
説明してよ。その傷はどうしたの？救急車呼んだ方がいい？
Well, no, it's not gonna matter.
落ち着け。今から D メールを送る。
そうか。世界線が変わればこの傷もなくなるのかな。
Yes, but who cares about my wound? Tennoji's death, Moko's death, and the damage to Nai's soul will all be undone. That's what really matters. Finish the mail and take a breath.
なあ、どうして店長は萌香を殺さなかったんだろうな。
どういうこと？
Any rounder who finds an IBN 5100 is silenced, no exceptions. That's what Tennoji said. In that case, the one who should have been eliminated first was Moka. He found the IBN 5100 in the first place, and yet Tennoji cut contact with her instead. And when we exposed his true identity, he shot himself, not Moka.
俺は思うんだ。やっぱり店長は萌香を助けたかったんだよ。
Perhaps that's just wishful. I mean, it makes sense. Perhaps I'm looking for an ounce of comfort in all this suffering. Even if that was Tennoji's intention, it was all meaningless. Moka will die, whether by her own hand or Nai's, it doesn't matter. However,
ベータ世界線ではそうなるといいな。
they are the enemy. I should hate them for killing Mayuri. But in some sense, Tennoji, Moka, and Nai are all just victims of my foolish experiments. I pray that they could live normal lives, at least on the Beta World line. For their sake, as well as Mayuri, I must end this
悪い
email.
な。ない。
Oh boy. Once this email is sent, this world line will be undone.
お前の復讐は果たされない。
Oh, come on, we're still not there yet. The world shatters, warps, and reforms. Eventually, all those sensations disappear and color gradually returns to the world. I find myself standing in the street near the lab. The burning pain in my right arm is suddenly gone. I look down, there's no wound, no blood. Instead, I'm holding a convenience store bag with 2 bottles of Dr. P. I guess it worked. Head straight for Moka's apartment. When I get there, Moka opens the door normally and peeks out at me. She looks fine, no signs of despair, no blood stained by the door, no knife either.
ここどうやって調べ？
少し時間を潰させてもらうぞ。
I barge into the room. The hour of Moka's death passes with no sign of Nai, obviously. The world line has changed. Moka's right in front of me, but she sends me mail. Feels like forever since we last conversed like this.
必要ないとは。
Jesus! My supervisor told me to stop looking, Moka.
FB からストップが。
You don't say that. So FB's still alive. I feel relief but also fear. I mustn't forget that he is my enemy. For now, however, I'm more interested in what Moka just said. FB canceled her mission to retrieve the IBN 5100.
任務達成はすなわち 処分確定。扱いとしては犬っつうより家畜だな。
I recall his last words. She's talking exactly like you Zoomers do. What do you mean? Huh? I don't need... Huh? No. Oh. Perhaps he canceled her mission so that they wouldn't be eliminated. If that's the truth, then maybe he really was trying to save Mocha.
ただ怯え後悔し続ける岡部倫太郎。15年後に私が迎えに行く時まで。
I wonder what happened to Nai. Can't get that childish yet hate-filled voice out of my head. On that world line, I turned an innocent girl into a murderer. I bite my lip hard enough not to draw blood. I don't fear you, Nai, nor will I repent. That world line has already been undone. Your vengeance-ridden mind is gone from this world. You should go check up on, Tennoji. Now that I've confirmed that Mocha doesn't die and I've shifted between world lines, the IBN 5100 should be... I don't know. I don't really use TikTok. I think it's cringe. TikTok is cringe. I don't like TikTok that much. Duh. I don't think I've never seen anyone do that before. I think you're watching too much TV, man. The IBN 5100 should be back in my possession. And if that's the case, then there's no need to stay on this world line either. Wait, what? Exactly. But something tells me... On the way back to the lab, I stopped by the Bronte workshop and peeked through the window. The 42-inch CRT is powered on, and Tennoji FB is lounging in front of it reading the sports pages. Hello there. FB is alive. His daughter Nai has no reason to... When was Nai born? Actually, that raises a good question. That raises a major question. His daughter Nai has no reason to hate anyone now. I climbed the stairs to the lab. There's nobody there but Kurisu. Kurisu! Best girl!
桐生萌香のアパートに行ったか
は
That's out of the blue. Kurisu pauses her... Oh my god. Ugh. Your A-channel browsing session. That's hilarious. And looks at me in confusion.
萌香さんのアパート私が
そうか
どういうことよ
いや言っていないならいいんだ
I haven't heard this song in a while. I cut across the lounge. Hold on. Shrink, 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 shrink. Shrink, 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 shrink. Is that good enough? That's too small. Is that better? Ah, whatever, that seems fine. In the middle of the room sits the time leap machine. After a glimpse at the time leap... I've seen that too. Well, I've never seen that before. I think they're idiots. I don't know, what can I say? After a glance at the time leap machine, I scan the shelves. Oh. After a glance at the time leap machine, I scan the shelves. Ugh.
What the...
Oh, fucking finally! A large, familiar cardboard box, and it's empty, isn't it? Oh, never mind, it's here. I was right. Inside the box is the IBN... That doesn't look that heavy, though. Were they really that heavy? I mean, I'm not saying this thing is light, but... I've never seen an IBN 5100 before. At last, it is returned. Oh god, my throat hurts. A long battle... The long battle is finally over. I did it. We can save my Yuri.
スーパーハカスーパーハカカモン
He's back. I can't contain my excitement. My heart is beating like a jackhammer. Oh, lovely. You can always time leap backwards, you do know that, right? Oh, right. In that case, he won't return until the evening. I can't wait that long. So I fire up the time machine and leap. But I don't know what's going on, but I'm a huge fan of Steins Gate. Hey! Hello, Maximilian. New person. I don't know what's going on, but I'm a huge fan of Steins Gate. Steins Gate, I'm having so much fun with this visual novel. Sorry I had to drop by on the 20th episode. Yes, episode 20. Yes, Steins Gate, very fun. Oh, God. There's so much stuff I want to say. Yes, I've been doing this since, like, several months ago. I actually don't remember when. I think, like, September or so. But yes, I'm having a lot of fun with Steins Gate. I saw the anime back in, like, 2016, I think. And, yeah, I figured around September last year, I figured, hey, you know what? I might as well actually start playing this game, right? Because Steins Gate, a lot of fun. I really like the anime. I really like this. Really? I don't know if I don't know. What chapter are we on? I've only seen half a dozen clips of the VN. We're pretty... I think we're close to the end. I'm not entirely sure. Hold on. Infinitely Chapter 12. I think there's like 20 chapters, right? So we might be close to the end, actually. But we're like midway, I'd say. We've just gotten the IBN 5100 back. That's the context. Shapeman Call returns to the world. I see Dar in front of his computer, sleepily playing an air game. What don't you know? I just mean, like, I think cultural differences still play a very major... I think cultural differences still make a very major difference in, like, a Japanese teenager and an American teenager are going to be very, very, very different in terms of behavior, right? Oh, I know it's gonna happen soon. I'm gonna be honest here, Maximilian. As I said, I've said this many times before. It has been almost 10 years since I've seen this show. I don't remember jack shit. Kreese is napping on the sofa. She probably just got done with an all-nighter on the time-leap machine. Mayuri's not around. She probably went to Lukaku to beg him to cosplay.
Christina.
Kreese jerks awake.
これよりオペレーションベルダンディ最終フェーズを開始する
My sonorous declaration earns only blank stares. Why are they so slow?
ダル IBN5100 だだから
Because the culture is different. This is Maximilian, this is episode 20. This is episode 20. You're very much, I mean, as I said, I've streamed up to 20 episodes of this. We are on the 20th episode, so I think we're fine. The main, yeah, no, I have been, a major issue with this is I have been getting copyright claimed. Fortunately, I do not make any money off of my YouTube videos, so, you know, that doesn't even matter, honestly. But yeah, copyright claims, they're annoying, but they're not that big of a deal. You could always just dispute them. And I'm gonna be honest here, I've been having more issue with my whatchamacallit. If you look at my channel, I've got some Civ 5 streams. Japanese companies, despite their reputation, are surprisingly sensible when it comes to copyright claim stuff. Like, or at least the ones involved with Steins Gate were. So it's like, whenever I dispute them, it's tedious job, but usually I can dispute them and like get the claims taken down and get the claims removed fairly easily. Whereas the Civ 5 ones, I'm still sitting on a bunch of claims, and I don't know what countries a lot of those are from, but like, there's a lot of ones, like American ones, for instance, and they're like, despite the fact that, you know, this stuff is I'm allowed to play these on YouTube. That's how it is. That's what the rules are. Hey, I'll be back in 20 minutes. Drop the like and subscribe. Hey, thank you, Maximilian. We got more on the way.
だからではない。IBN5100 があるのだよ。
そりゃあるっしょ。オカリンが持ってきたんじゃん。
そうだ、俺が持ってきた。柳林神社からな。
オカリン、今日はやけにテンション高くね？
Yes.
ちょっとぐらい寝かせろよ。
Creaser rubs her eyes and complains. She looks dead tired.
徹夜明けなんだから。
ダル、一つ聞くが IBN5100 の使い方について勉強はしたか？
あ？まあ一応。コミマ前のクソ忙しい時期に僕って偉すぎじゃね？イギリスだったらナイトの称号もらえるレベル。
Like a saint or something.
ならば今日からお前のことをさあスーパーハッカーと呼ぼう。
What I... Jesus fucking Christ. No, no senses. What I mean is that... I don't know if this is like a racist area. I feel like Russians just, like, social skills are a bit... No, I'm not saying that. Then we shall call you Sir Super Hacker.
だが断る。
What?
くだらない会話は自重しろ。頭が痛くなる。
If Dar knows how to use the IBN 5100, then we can hack CERN right now.
全ラボ面に告げる。
Mayuri's not here, but that's actually more convenient.
長き戦いにいよいよ決着をつける時が来た。
He's back!
すなわちラグナロックが開始されるのだ。本作戦の概要はすなわちセルン本部の最深部に隠された極秘データを IBN5100 によるクラッキングで破壊することである。エシュロンなる卑劣な電子機器により奴らは我らの極秘情報をかすめ取った。
Wait.
さえそれをもとに我らを特定し我らが開発した人類の夢タイムマシンの強奪をも目論んだ。研究機関でありながらその裏で時空の支配者の座を
Hammer of Justice!
非道なるゼリーマン実験を行う奴らに今こそ正義の鉄槌を下そうではないか。
Hammer of Justice. That's a Deltarune thing. Well, it's mentioned in Undertale as well, but I digress.
そして真の時空の支配者がどちらなのか奴らの目にしかと刻みつけてやれ。戦いが終わった時世界を陰で牛耳る支配構造は ついに崩壊し再構成されるだろう。そう、我らが望んだ混沌がついに訪れるのだ。
まあうるさい。
Kurisu cute. Teresa gets fed up and rises from the sofa.
一体何なの？
オカリンの心の闇は誰にもわからんでござる。
そもそも設定じゃ岡部は狂気のマッドサイエンティストじゃなかった？なのになんで正義の鉄槌とか言っちゃってるんだ。
What kind of mad scientist talks about the hammer of justice? I don't know. Gerson?
ついカッとなってやったんじゃね？今は反省してるかも。
No, after seeing what Okabe's been through, I'd be excited too.
お前たちごちゃごちゃ言っていないで準備しろ。
準備って何ぞ？
だから今言っただろう。セルンへのクラッキングだ。
クラッキングは良くないと思う。
なんという優等生的発言。お前は委員長か。
I love how Okabe is just back.
捕まりたいの？
そういう問題ではない。
I fight the urge to grind my teeth. Instead, I fix Kurisu with my stare.
俺はこのターニングポイントへ到達するためにこれまで戦ってきた。今こそアルファ世界線を離脱しマユリを救う。邪魔をするというなら誰だろうと許さん。絶対にだ。
Okay, so this is where Okabe, this is where he might have fucked up with the whole Chuni BOBS. I get you're happy and all. By the way, there's an airplane flying above my house. There's a fighter jet flying above my house. Netherlands too. Netherlands. Huh. I'm not as familiar with the Netherlands. This is my chance to escape the Alpha World line and save my area. I won't let anyone get in my way. Anyway, see, this is Okabe. This is where the what do you call it? This is where your Chunibyo BS backfires on you. I get you're happy and all, Okabe, but like now nobody's gonna take you seriously.
岡部。
必死すぎ。
Oh, he's serious now. Okay. I've got a good reason. To them, only an hour has passed since the time link machine was built. But to me, many days have passed since this ordeal began. Why don't you just explain to them... Why don't you just explain to these guys what exactly happened? I bow my head deeply.
俺の願いを聞いてくれ。
Or else Mayuri will die, and in 26 years the world will be ruled by CERN. Suzuha's sacrifice will have been for nothing. Daru claps me on the shoulder. He smiles broadly and thrusts his thumb upwards.
別にあんたのためにクラッキングするんじゃないんだからね。
これはひどい。
I burst out in laughter. Sir Supahaka, the Sundari version, is here to save the day. I couldn't have asked for a better right-hand man. As Daru hooks the IBN 5100 to his PC, I explain the situation one more time. I pray this is the last.
つまり全ての元凶は俺が最初にダルに当てて送ったメールにある。それがセルンのエシュロンに捕らえられてしまったせいでラウンダーに目をつけられた。
Huh. CERN intercepted that email with the echelon and figured out what it meant, and then they sent their rounders after us.
結果マユリは殺され俺たち3人はセルンに拉致されタイムリープマシンは強奪される。
New sense. You should try playing Me-Side sometime. If you've ever played Doki Doki Literature Club, actually, I don't remember. I think you might. I don't remember if you've if it was you I talked about the DLC with, or if it was someone else, but Me-Side is a Russian-made game, and I again, on my YouTube channel, I absolutely love Me-Side so much. When is Peaceful Mode coming out, huh? Come on, iHosto. But yeah, Me-Side, you should check it out. It's really well made. They'll kill my area, kidnap us, and steal the time-late machine. Some years after that, I assume Daru and I escaped to form the resistance to which Suzuha belonged.
どれだけ回避しようとしてもダメだった。世界はアトラクタフィールド理論により同じ結末へと収束してしまう。
Doki Doki. Yeah, some people are calling it the Russian Doki Doki. I can't believe I'm saying this. It's a... Doki Doki was the first of what I like to call Gooner horror. So, yeah, no, I don't know. I think it's kind of a peak genre, not gonna lie. You should play Me-Side. It's a good game. Very good game. Tried to save my area, but nothing worked. Every world line, London. I've heard it's rough in... I think it's rough in... I like to say it's rough in Europe, but it's actually rough in America too. It's rough everywhere. Things are shit everywhere. I miss the 2010s. Anyways, I tried to save my area, but nothing worked. Every world line converged on the same result, just as the attractive field said they would.
それもし全部妄想だったらオカリンはラノベ作家になれると思うお
Oh, okay, guys. So, in case you all are curious, do you know why I wasn't active these last couple days? Everlasting Summer. Interesting. Me-Side is not a visual novel. That's the thing. It's not like Doki Doki. The gameplay is entirely different. And the story is also entirely different. It's just there are some parallels. What was I talking about? Yes, the reason I wasn't active this last week was because I was in a light novel competition from late November that ended just yesterday. And I decided I would take the last week and really grind out my story. Because I am the sort of person to write 2 chapters in the first 2 months, and then 10 chapters in, like, the last 2 days. So, you know, I figured that's just the person I am. So yes, I've got that light novel. I don't know if any of you are in my Discord. You should totally. I might link it to y'all. There's another light novel I wrote that did not make it, unfortunately. But yes, we could talk about this later. Light novel. Teenage boys meeting cute girls and winding up. Those were popular in the 2010s. Those were popular in the 2010s. I miss those. Oh god, okay, so this is just anime in general, but the lad. Okay, so let's just say the main character is this kid named Alex. This guy named Alex. Let's just say he's a cross mix between Jake Lloyd from Star Wars, Prince Philip of the UK, and the Red Baron. And you know, do you know the anime The Princess and the Pilot? The Pilot and the Princess. It's kind of like that. Alex is like a fighter pilot. He's a very depressed, washed-up child actor, and Sophie is like a princess, and there's like a big war. So it's like, honestly, the blurb is right there. It's, I'll talk about this. I'll talk about this in the Discord. It's a lot easier for me to, I think it's a lot easier for me to show you than it is. And I would like to paste it in right here, but I kind of, I don't really know how to do it on mobile, so, you know.
事実だ。すべてな。
I know we know that's true, but from their perspective, technically we don't know.
マイルの死を避けるためには
And to free Suzuha's future from CERN.
アルファ世界線から脱出するしかない。これまでに歪ませた事象をすべて取り消すことで、それは可能になると俺は考えている。
Princess and the Pilot, Ace Combat 7, maybe a touch of Project Wingman. Yeah. That was definitely the inspiration. good. I actually as I was writing the novel and I just completely ran out of ideas, I actually went back and watched that movie just so I could like get inspiration. And the story is very different, obviously, but it's you know, it's like it's the inspiration is kind of there. Yeah, there's also a bit of Ace Combat 7. I mean, the initial idea was Rosa. And fun fact, I have played Ace Combat 7 on this channel. It is one of my earlier ones, so most of the videos are unlisted, so you'll have to get it through the playlist. But it's there, in case you're curious. There is a helicopter flying above my house.
つまり目指すべきは俺がダルに最初の D メールを送る前のベータ世界線。そこへ到達するためエシロンに捉えられた最初のメールデータをセルンのデータベースから削除しなくてはならないのだ。
If what Suzuha said is correct, then erasing that data will take us over 1% divergence and back to the beta world line. It was just one short email, barely 36 bytes, but it changed the course of human history. The butterfly effect.
面白いわね。
Kurisu mutters as she sips her hot coffee. It looks like she's already recovered from exhaustion. New maiden. Okay. There's something you don't realize about Korean immigrants is that Korea has like had one of the sharpest climbs in history. So I don't... New Maiden. I'm not familiar where New Maiden is, but like if you go to downtown San Diego, you will see... Well, there's not a lot of Koreans there, but like if you go to some... Like Koreans in New York tend to be from like the 90s, back when Korea was like a fairly middling country in terms of money. So the Korean Americans who arrive here very early on tend to actually be a bit more on the poor side. I think I came here in like 2008, so I was like amongst the last generation of last big push of Korean immigrants. And well, my dad's a software engineer. I think that speaks for itself. Water. I mean, we're in California. Do you know how fucking insane the taxes are? This place is hell. Well, it's like, well, it's not as bad as LA, but LA is full of crime, so I'm not, you know. It's also where all the jobs are, unfortunately, so which is a shame. So, into the crime-ridden city I must eventually go. But yeah, no, it's, Hey, nice! Yeah, no, my dad's a software engineer. He does software stuff. Nice. Looks like she's already recovered from her exhaustion.
マキセ氏は信じるん？
仮説としてはね。できれば客観的データが欲しいところだけど。
Objectively
さすがに
impossible.
無理だし。
Yeah.
安心しろ。お前が改良を施したタイムリープマシンの出来はガチだった。
当然でしょ。
Cute. She doesn't deny it. It's just like Kurisu.
それに IBN 5100でのハッキングはもともと予定してたことだし。とにかくアクセスしてみて、もしそこにメールデータが存在していたなら、岡部の言葉は事実だと証明される。
要するに考えるな、感じるんだということですね。わかります。
I mean, the thing is, it's kind of impossible to get objective data, as nice as that would be.
いや、逆にわかんないけど。
考えるよりやってみろということだ。
That's valid. Daru extracts his massive body from the space behind the desk, plops himself down on the chair, and then wipes away his sweat. Oh, hot! Ah, God. My throat's starting to hurt. Ugh.
つなぎ終わったお。ちょっと設定いじらないとダメだけど、10分しないうちに始められる。
I haven't spoken this much since like the earlier Steins Gate Let's Plays, where I tried to read everything, including the text people were like saying. There's a reason I stopped reading these. It's like, I know most of you, I know the average person watching this probably doesn't understand Japanese, but it's like, but you could still read it, right? It kind of gives you that like vibe. Oh God, my throat hurts. That I'll be back. Rintaro Deep, he must have jumped to another world line. I unfortunately do not know how long it has been since they do not give timestamps on this thing, and I did not check the clock. Yes, may he be in a better world line than this one, because I'm gonna be real with you here, this one fucking sucks.
よし。
それにしても元凶となった最初のメールね。それってあれでしょ？ ATF で見せてもらったやつ。私が死んでたとかなんとか。
そうだ。ラジカンでお前が殺されているのを目撃した俺はダルにそれを伝えるメールを送った。ダルはたまたま電話レンジカッコ仮の実験中で放電現象が起きて。
My voice trails off. Something is telling me to stop. Fear rises in my chest. A sudden, terrible certainty that I'm missing something viral. Honestly, I will say, it's actually going fairly well for me, too. I just mean, like, broader scale stuff. Well, for starters, I hope there's a world line where Korea's not divided in the first place. That would be nice. That will be a good start. I frantically replay the conversation in my head. We must cancel all our changes to the timeline so far. The very first email that started it all. The one that said I died or something. Return to the world line that existed before I sent the first email. An icy fist seizes my heart, and I turn to Kurisu with a pure look of terror. Oh, I remember so much. It's all coming together now. It's all coming together now. I remember it now. I remember the memories. They're returning. The memories of the other world. No, it's not the other world line. It's just 10 years ago. But New Senses, honestly, I don't know. Life has actually been pretty awesome for me too. I'm gonna be real with you here. Those eyes of hers no longer show the sharp defiance from when we first met. Instead, they glow warmly with the light of curiosity.
何よ。
I was right. I had missed something vital, something dire. The world line I set my sights on to save Mayuri. The world line and future that Suzuha wished for. The world line I'm last poised to reach at the end of this long struggle. On that world line, Mayuri lives. On that world line, CERN fails. And on that world line, on the 8th floor of Radicon, Makise Kurisu dies. All right. Okay. Oh. I'm going to leave it off here. Oopsies. Okay. Translucent Stardust. We've just gotten to chapter 13. Oh. Okay. Okay. My throat hurts. I'm gonna have to take a break. Congrats. Yes, I'm headed off to a hotel for dinner. It's gonna be fun. Oh. Oh boy, okay. What do I want to do? Okay, so where was I? I guess things have been fun for us. Life has been interesting. I will leave it off at there. I hope you all enjoyed this video, folks, or stream if you're watching this right now. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment if you haven't done so already. Because, and you know, we'll have more Steins Gate coming up very soon. So, yeah. I guess the sky is up and you guys are awesome. I will see you all next time. Well, toodles!